Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do I know you?
You know me, but we've been gone for a bit.
We sure have.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. But I really can't even say it's all the holidays. Yeah, there was some Christmas and there was some New Year's and there was some illnesses and there was you working lots of hours. But also somewhere in there, I changed to a new medication.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it's giving me insomnia. So like for 3 or 4 days, I will not sleep at night at all. And then on that 3rd, 4th, or 5th day, that night, I will crash. And then I will sleep the entire whole next day.
Right. Yeah, it's been causing some problems. So,
yeah.
That's what happened.
That's me. That's my fault. I'll take that. I mean, it's not my fault, but it's my fault.
Right. So that being said, let's remind everybody where we are.
Okay. Yeah, we're in the book of Micah.
Yep.
He's a prophet, but a minor one.
Yes.
And we've read the first 4 chapters, and so we're going to do the Q&A covering those 4 chapters.
Awesome. All right. And I think I'll be getting the weekly wrap-up out on Saturday after this one comes out. Mm-hmm. So, and then we should hopefully... We're really gunning for this to be back on schedule for next week.
Yes. Hopefully on Monday we'll be back with chapter 5 of Micah.
Yes. All right.
But for now it's a Q&A, not on Saturday. Someday we will do that correctly again.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so Micah chapters 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of confusion as to when this shit took place.
Okay. All right.
Like, let me ask you this. Do you recall, when did you think that this took place?
I was thinking that this was in the 800 BCE time frame, I think. But it's been a while since we were doing the chapters, so I may be mistaken about that. So.
I think you're right. For some reason, it felt like it was around the Babylonian exile, but it wasn't.
Right. No, we had talked about that because that was something that you had brought up when you introduced Micah, mm-hmm. as how the time frame was pre-Babylonian exile, mm-hmm. but then people remixed it, I guess, to fit with the Babylonian exile because a lot of the stuff that he prophesies didn't come true until the Babylon, like it couldn't be made to come true until the Babylonian exile.
Yeah. So this stuff took place before the Assyrians.
Yeah.
And it's just very confusing because then, I was reading somebody's notes about chapter 4 in particular, since that was really confusing to us.
Yes, it was.
And they started talking about the Chaldeans, and I was like, hang on, what? And
you're like, I know when that was. That wasn't around.
Yeah, that's
this
wrong.
Guy. What?
Yeah. And so I did a double check, and this person was way off.
Right, but they had to make it match.
Right.
This is where the Micah remix happens.
Yeah. It just it was very confusing while I was studying it.
Confusing because multiple generations wrote different versions of this, or and then, contributed. I'll say to this.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we've got fucking Christian apologists coming in and giving their 2 cents, and they're throwing shit into the mix that ain't right.
Well, yeah,
and I'm like, stop.
I think honestly, the whole point of being. When you are a Christian apologist or someone who is Christian who has studied the Bible enough to know that there are issues, right?
Yeah.
I think part of the whole MO is just to muddy the waters enough to where it could make sense.
Right.
Right. That's the whole, that's the whole way that they operate. They're like, well, if we could make this match here and that match there, we don't really care if all the points mix, but as long as we can make it sound like it does, then it could have happened.
But guess what? You know what?
What?
Those people, by their own rules, are false prophets. Literally.
Well, yeah.
Literally, they are false prophets. And let me explain how I know that and why. Because I did a study because I was confused. Like, is a false prophet somebody who makes shit up and just says that it's from God? Or is a false prophet somebody who actually hears legitimate words from God, but then does not deliver that message and delivers some other message instead?
Let me guess. The answer is yes.
The answer is both. Yeah. and I did not quite realize that. And I thought maybe that there was a differentiation, but no. If you're just making shit up and claiming that that's what God said, you are speaking on God's behalf, you're a fucking false prophet. And I'm going to start calling people that. You are a false fucking prophet.
Yeah.
Because, and it pisses me off because, like, I'm personally offended because I'm actually trying to learn the truth. You know, I want to know, hey, I don't want your fucking opinion. I want to know what actually happened. When you're asserting shit that is not backed up by facts or by logical leaps of like, we can assume this because of XYZ, and you're just like, whatever, I want it to be true. You're a false fucking prophet, and I hate you. How about that?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, I'm just like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on a. I was very I was personally offended when somebody started talking about the fucking Chaldeans. I was like, you totally need to kiss my ass. You're wrong. You're talking about the wrong people and the wrong times. And get out. Just go away. You're a false prophet.
Right.
All right. But let's talk about these fucking chapters. Okay. Okay? Yep. And, like, I cannot tell you enough how much I don't give a shit about Micah. Honestly. So, chapter 1 was about the judgment against Samaria and Judah. Okay? So, like, just for a brief summary, Micah begins that chapter with a call for all nations to witness God's judgment against Samaria, which is the capital of Israel. Right. And Judah, which Israel is centered on Jerusalem.
Right. Yes. Israel we're referring to as the northern kingdoms, though, at this point. Not like the whole of what we would currently call Israel.
This is early on. This is very early on in the 800s.
Yeah, they were still a split kingdom, though, at that point.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. And then... So Samaria with the capital of Israel, and then Judah, which is centered on Jerusalem. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And Micah describes God descending from his heavenly temple to bring destruction due to their idolatry and sins, but mostly just their fucking idolatry.
Right.
Because he cannot fucking stand if you give anybody else credit but him.
Right.
He's like, no, just me. Only me. I'm the biggest. I'm the best. My dick weighs the most. Which is funny because Kid was like literally just making us watch an episode of What Happens in the Shadows. Yeah. And what's his name?
Nandor.
Nandor was trying to take like the long sleep or the big nap.
Yes.
And the Council of whatever vampires. Like, I've only seen a few episodes, so I don't. I'm kind of hit or miss on that show.
Sure.
Anyway, the council came from Britain or whatever. And they were like, I heard he's got a big dick, and since he's asleep or whatever, or dead or whatever, let's just, like, prove it. And so they're like looking at his dick and they're like, it's normal. It's just normal. And then they're like, maybe they mean heavy. And so dude like picks it up to see if it's heavy. And he's like, it's just normal.
Right. Just for anybody who's new to listening, Kid is 20.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I guess that makes a difference. Sorry.
Right,
yeah. Yeah, we don't just watch dick joke shows with like a child.
Right.
We call Kid
I
Kid
thought
because
I'd clarify.
Yeah, no, that bore an explanation.
Yeah.
Thank you for adding that
Sure.
that 2 bits so that we don't get fucking child services called on us. Yeah. 20-year-olds are allowed to laugh at dick jokes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Right. Yeah.
Like more so than I am at the age of almost 50, but I find dick jokes hilarious because I never grew up.
And we know.
We do know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So God and Nandor have the biggest dicks. Just kidding. Just God. God has the biggest dick.
Just kidding. Not God either.
No, right.
But
Because
hey,
God is a dick.
Right.
Were
yes.
he to exist, which he does not.
Yes.
And yeah. So anyway, he's all pissy about their idolatry. So he comes down and he steps on mountains and he makes fucking valleys and whatever.
Yeah.
And Samaria's punishment is foretold in this super vivid imagery, including all of its ruins being left like a vineyard.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Right.
He uses like all of these metaphors and imagery, such as God treading the high places and mountains melting like wax. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like all this poetry there, right?
Right.
And it's supposed to be like beautiful. But he also uses all these puns, which we said at the time that it was phrased really fucking weird. And we were like, why is this phrase so weird?
Yeah.
Okay. It's because every single place there's a pun on it. Okay.
Okay.
So like he says, tell it not in Gath, weep not at all. In Beth Ophrah, roll in the dust. Okay. This is a play on words. It's like if, okay, so there's a place in Ohio, in Dayton, or no, not in Dayton. There's a place in Ohio named Lima. It's like if we said, you people that live in Lima, you're going to choke on lima beans. Right? That's what this is like. Okay. So Gath is like, it's in Hebrew sounds like the word tell. So he's like, tell it not in tell. Okay. And then Beth Ophrah literally means rolling in the dust or the house of dust. Okay. So he's like, in the house of dust, roll in the dust.
I see.
Boom. Yeah. Okay.
How very clever.
I know, right? Like that. Well, back then, these puns and play on words, like that's what made these prophets appear wise, that they could do this wordplay. They were like so fucking clever. You lima losers that eat lima beans, right? Yeah. Like that would make me so fucking clever. I don't think that people in Lima are losers. I'm saying that because of the show Glee, which takes place in Lima, and they're known as the Lima losers from Glee. Sorry to Lima.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been up there, and it's quite a lovely little town. So I've visited.
I don't know much about Lima, honestly.
It's north of us. That's it.
No, I knew that.
It's 4 hours up 75 north of us.
Right.
So that's all I know about it.
Sure.
It's cute though.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's more though, okay? So verse 11 goes, pass by naked and in shame, you who live in Shafir. Those who live in Zanan will not come out. Beth Ezel is in mourning. It no longer protects you. Okay, here's what some of that actually means, okay? Pass by naked and in shame, you who live in Pleasant.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? Because pleasant's the opposite of naked and in shame. That's so funny.
I'm not laughing.
Those who live in go out will not come out.
Oh my God. For fuck's sake.
Right? I got more.
Yeah,
I got more.
Do you?
But that's why they were phrased so fucking weird. Okay?
I feel like God should have one of those like, joke books that's not really funny.
Oh my gosh. Remember when Kid was really into jokes and we got them all these joke books?
I do.
And like, I just want to tell every parent out there, if your child is 3, you thought 2 and 3 was bad, which, okay, first there's the terrible 2s and you think that's bad, right? No, that's not bad.
Right.
It's fine. They're still a baby.
Yeah.
It's the 3s. The 3s, it's the terrible 3s.
The fearsome 3s, I call them.
Yeah, they're horrible. Like they give 2 a run for the money. Like 3 is just fucking horrible. I love children. I don't love my children.
Sure.
But 3 is fucking hell. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they come out of 3 and they turn 4 and they're little children and they have all these understandings and attitudes and beliefs and knock jokes.
Yes.
And the knock joke
are terrible.
They don't make any fucking sense and they go on for 2 years. From the ages 4 to 6, you will hear knock and then you have to say, who's there? And they go, air conditioner. And you go, air conditioner who? And they say, turn on the air conditioner. Ha 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 ha. And you have to laugh like it's the funniest shit you ever heard.
It's true.
And that was a good one. What I just gave you
that was
then,
better than most, yeah.
That was a good one because it slightly made sense.
It matched, yeah.
The words matched, right?
Yeah.
They'll say like cat who? Dog or coffee or house. Like they don't understand that like the words have to actually make sense and have a point.
Yeah, they're just like if I say knock and then a thing and then something else, it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's still better than the 3-year-old shit faces. I mean, they are so bad, you guys. 3 is so bad because they're still babies. They're still babies. They're toddlers, but they have brains and they think they know everything.
Yeah.
And they're going to tell you. And then when they hit 4, why? And you can't say, cause I fucking said so. Cause that's what your parents said. And you don't want to be like your parents. You want to be better. You want to be more patient and kinder, and you want to actually treat them like the people that they are. But after the 100th time, you really do just want to say, because I fucking said, Jesus Christ, I don't know the answer. Go ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, okay?
Right.
Okay, anyway.
Well, I mean, that's the correct answer, right? You give them the capability of seeing the answer from somebody else.
But they just think that you know everything, but also don't know everything. And also, here's another one.
Okay.
If you tell them not to say something because that's not nice, you better never fucking say it because you gave them a rule.
Right.
And they don't connect it with the fact that you're the one who gave the rule. You don't have to follow the rule. You can actually break the rule because you're a grown up. They're like, no, but there's a rule. I don't care where the fuck it came from. There's a rule.
You know, I got to say at some level, I don't blame them.
No, I know. But they learn the rule and that rule is there for life.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, Mom said, shut up. That's not nice. And it's like, I know, but I'm not. Or if you say, go to your room. I'm so angry with you right now. You need to go sit on your bed and think about what you did and understand why I'm upset with you. And then we'll have a talk, but Mommy needs to calm down for a minute. Mm-hmm. Right. And then, so you calm down, right? And then you go tell them, okay, I'm ready to have a talk. Let's do this. And they're like, no, you said I have to stay in my room. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, but I also am now telling you to come out of your room. No, you said I have to stay in my room. Like, no, come out now. Like, they're just kids. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just was remembering just some of the most frustrating things about children. They're so like...
You just got to meet them where they are.
You got to meet them where they are, but...
It was a lot easier than... I mean, like I don't know. It's not... Our kid was pretty good.
Our kid was perfect, except, for when they weren't.
Sure.
Like, our kid was the perfect kid insofar as kids. Yeah. I love our kid.
You kind of went on a rant about, like...
Oh, no. Here's the thing. There's, like, kids in general, and the way they are. But our kid is awesome.
You were also describing raising a child, so...
Well, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that people understood that our kid was pretty awesome.
Our kid did all of those things and more. And is the most awesome thing ever.
Yes.
Our kids stood at the top of the stairs and drew us telling them to go upstairs on a whiteboard and then drew them at the top of the stairs saying no and then threw that little whiteboard down the stairs as a note so that we could see a picture of us telling them to go upstairs and them saying no.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Frustrating in the moment. Awesome story forever.
Right.
All right. So verse 12 says, those who live in Moroth writhe in pain, waiting for relief because disaster has come from the Lord, even to the gate of Jerusalem. You know what it really means?
What does it mean?
Those who live in bitter writhe in pain, waiting for relief. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, that's fun. That's funny.
I know, right?
I'm laughing here.
Oh, these guys.
It's hilarious. I'm knee slapper.
It's a 4-year-old
Man.
joke, right?
Yeah.
It's as good as a 4-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, verse 13. You who live in Lachish harness fast horses to the chariot. You are where the sin of daughter Zion began, for the transgressions of Israel were found in you. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
That means you who live in swift beast harness fast horses to the chariot.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, get it? Get it?
I get it, but like, who? Why?
Because people in Lima, they're going to choke on lima beans. Get it?
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's so bad. Like, I was trying to think of more, and I was like, nah, that's good enough.
Right?
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, but also, when he says that the sin, the transgressions of Israel started in the daughter of Zion,
Yeah.
it's the prophecy seems to suggest that Lachish was the first city in Judah to receive the idolatrous worship of Israel.
Okay.
So I don't know
Sure.
like why that should matter, but anyway, there
Right.
it is.
Okay.
Bad Lachish.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Two more. Verse 14. Therefore, you will give parting gifts to Morsheth Gath. The town of Akzib will prove deceptive to the kings of Israel. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
The town of Deception
Oh my God.
will prove deceptive to the kings of Israel.
For God's sakes. This is so bad.
Number 5, verse 15.
Yeah.
I will bring a conqueror against you who live in Marshah. The nobles of Israel will flee to Adullam. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
I will bring a conqueror against you who live in Conqueror.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, it's so good.
I can't. I mean, this is really
so bad. It's
this is really
so bad. Yeah. So yeah, those puns are awesome. They're word plays on town names, connecting their fates to their meanings. And
By awesome, you mean shit.
well, very much shit.
Yeah.
Especially by today's standards. But
Right.
I'm telling you, back then,
Oh, this was gold. This was comedy gold, huh?
This was the height of intellect. Okay.
Wow.
This was Shakespearean.
Was it now?
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
It
wasn't just bad writing back then too.
It's part of what differentiated them, their ability to play with words and play on words.
Okay.
Proved how smart they were as to be prophets.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand the words you're saying. I do.
It's hard to put them with the words that I already said.
No,
though.
I'm hearing the words that they wrote, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe they weren't as smart as they thought they were.
Yeah.
And I bet there might have been people even at the time going, I don't think they're as clever as they think they are.
Like, that's not as
really
funny.
dumb.
You're laughing so hard, and I'm not.
They're like looking around the room. Is everybody? I guess everyone. Yeah, they're laughing.
They're like,
fuck.
Okay, so the destruction of Samaria occurred historically in 722 BCE by the Assyrians.
Sure.
Fulfilling these prophecies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So chapter 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Woe to oppressors and a promise of restoration. So there he was like doing all this poesy and puns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's condemning the wealthy and powerful who exploit others, seizing land and houses through unjust means. Okay. He's like, fuck all you assholes that are rich. You know, you're going to get yours.
Right. Which we kind of talked about like them, Micah promoting the poor
the rich,
was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm,
kind of cool.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So God promises punishment for their greed and injustice. However, The chapter ends with a promise of hope. God will gather his remnant like a shepherd gathering his sheep, yeehaw, bah, and lead them to freedom. Okay. The chapter balances judgment with hope. And so you're supposed to get a little bit of both.
Sure.
A bit of both.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The image of a shepherd gathering the remnant ties to later Messiah prophecies, like in John, the book of John, where Jesus is described as the good shepherd. So there's that tie-in. Just an FYI. Okay. Not a big deal. Just putting that out there.
Sure.
Like, Christians love this shit.
Right.
Okay? All right. Chapter 3, corruption of leaders and prophets.
Okay.
Micah rebukes the corrupt leaders and false prophets of Judah.
Yeah.
Leaders exploit and devour the people, while prophets speak lies for personal gain. You know, false prophets.
Yeah.
Like I already talked about.
But yeah, we talk about this all the time. But like, I just don't know how you are supposed to tell. I really don't. Especially when someone's using such bad puns to describe, the fucking punishment that's happening.
I would be like,
what?
Oh, clearly I can put an X on you. You're not one of the
God didn't write that shit. Come on.
God would never.
Man. You made that shit up.
God would never.
You thought you were clever.
Yeah. Yeah. you wanted us to clap for you, and that's silly. No. Obviously you're not a prophet.
We could at least look back at it now and be like, yeah, if there was a God, he didn't write that shit.
No.
That was bad.
Not. Yeah. Yeah. I fully believe that some dude put this down and thought he was in love with dad jokes. Except, here's the thing. I love me a good dad joke.
Sure.
These were not dad jokes.
They were not. Yeah, they weren't even on par.
No. All right, so God declares that because of their corruption, Zion, a.k.a. Jerusalem, will be plowed like a field, and the Temple Mount will become a heap of ruins.
And this is what I was talking about earlier that does not happen in a timely manner, right?
Right.
So this is where they have to draw in the Babylonian exile.
They're like, but it happened later, though.
Right, yeah.
So Micah's tone here is super harsh, okay? He's like bitching and yelling and stuff.
Right.
He is likening leaders to butchers who tear flesh from bones.
Yeah, well, they were talking about eating babies or eating people or whatever and stuff.
This chapter particularly exposes the systemic injustice that was happening at the time and is pointed to as an example of where the Bible is particularly against and opposed to slavery, because there's a whole part where he says that the bones of the buildings are the bones of the people who built it, and the blood of the people who were forced to. He's talking about the slave trade.
No, and well, is he though? Because we're talking about 800 BCE-ish time frame, and at the time there were still Israelite slaves that were basically the indentured servants of the time, right? Remember how there was the Jubilee and they got released on the 7th year and yada, 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 right? So there was a mixture at that time of these two types of slavery. And while they may be okay with one, they might.
Right. It's not out and out opposed to all slavery altogether.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. I'm certainly not trying to say, yeah, the Bible's totally against slavery. I'm trying to say this is where somebody would point to an example and say, no, the Bible is against slavery. See, because in chapter 3, verse 9, it says, hear this, you leaders of Jacob, you rulers of Israel, who despise justice and distort all that is right. Verse 9, who build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with wickedness. So when they build up Zion with blood, it's an allusion to the slave dealers who, by the gains of this traffic, have built houses, businesses, places of worship. The timbers of the buildings are the bones of the very people enslaved to build them. And the mortar is the blood of those defenseless slaves.
Okay.
So, again, I'm not trying to say that the Bible is opposed to slavery. Clearly, it is absolutely not.
Well, it doesn't strike me as completely odd that some random minor prophet might have a problem with slavery.
Well, I mean, he was against the people in power.
Right. So this is particularly this one who is standing up for the poor of the time would probably be
the
an
poor
advocate.
and oppressed.
Right, would probably be an advocate for not doing slavery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I would not say that the Bible is anti-slavery. I would say that Micah had some beef with it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. I can get down with that. But to say that the Bible's against it or God's against it is just disingenuous.
Totally. Would never try to say that in a million years. Just trying to point out, like I said,
to be fair,
right? And good on him in that one place at that one point.
Yeah,
assuming that's actually
what was intended,
what he felt, and what he was saying.
Right?
Yay for Micah.
Yeah,
he's a weirdo, but
he got that one right.
But he got maybe
right.
He might have got that one right.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. The prophecy about Jerusalem's destruction is echoed in Jeremiah 26, verse 18, and is supposedly later fulfilled during the Babylonian conquest, which was 587 to 586 BCE.
Yeah.
I had something else I wanted to say. Yeah, and we totally read that later, like when we were back over there.
You mean earlier when we were in Jeremiah?
No, when we were reading chapter 3,
okay.
I actually read those Jeremiah verses.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I got
so
you.
I'm not going to reread those again.
Right.
But I will say that with regard to verse 12, the Masoretes in their division of the Bible reckon all 12 minor prophets as one book. So they put all the minor prophets together in one book.
Okay.
And they put Micah chapter 3, verse 12 as the very middle verse of these prophets, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now moving on to chapter 4, which we were like, I'm so sorry, but the fuck?
Right. Yeah. No, 4 was, the fourth chapter was really
It was
odd.
rough.
And that's where we're like, we need to do a Q&A.
Yeah. Yeah. We were like, pause.
Yeah.
And then we went on vacation and
something like that. Yeah.
All right. So this chapter is about the mountain of the Lord and future peace.
Sure.
Okay. And this is where Jesus freaks start coming out and saying, see, he's totally talking about the Jesus to come.
Yeah, except for that I don't believe that this was actually written back in the 800 BCEs.
Right.
So
totally don't disagree. Yeah. So in stark contrast to the previous chapter, Micah chapter 4 shifts to a vision of future restoration and peace, which is like just so out of place and weird.
Yeah.
The mountain of the Lord, which is considered to be Zion, will be exalted above all others, and people from many nations will seek God's ways. Instruments of war will be turned into tools for farming, symbolizing an era of universal peace. The chapter concludes with a promise that the exiled will return and God will reign forever. Okay. Mm-hmm. The chapter contains one of the most beautiful prophetic visions of peace shared with Isaiah chapter 2, verses 2 through 4, almost verbatim.
Which I feel like you read when we were in that as well.
I did. So I'm not going to do a repeat. But yeah, they either copied from the same source or Micah was inspired by Isaiah, or God spoke to both of them, or some shit like that.
Well, who came first, Isaiah or Micah?
I thought Isaiah came first. Am I wrong?
I think Micah might have been before Isaiah, actually.
Okay, then vice versa, whatever.
Okay.
Either one of them was inspired by the other, they both got their info from a similar source, or God spoke the same words to both of them.
Got it.
You get to decide.
Sure.
You choose.
Right.
This vision is often interpreted as pointing towards the Messiah era and the ultimate reign of God. Okay. Like reign as in God in charge, not like rain from the sky. Like God is, pouring rain all over us.
Right. I was wrong. Isaiah came first.
That makes sense.
Micah came after Isaiah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Whichever. Who cares?
Yeah.
The vision of nations streaming to Zion is echoed in the New Testament in the book of Revelation, and it describes all the nations coming together to worship God. So there's that little whatever. So in Micah chapter 1, verses 10 through 16, like I said, it's famous for its Hebrew puns, like totally famous.
Yeah, right.
Like we're talking everybody talks about it.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to know that. So
Okay.
that might come up on the Q&A. So remember, it's chapter 1, verses 10 through 16.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And these puns would have resonated deeply with the original audience, reinforcing the message in memorable ways.
But not to us anymore.
No.
Which takes away from the written by God thing, right?
Yeah.
Or
because it doesn't.
Like it has no relevance.
Like,
to
who
us.
cares?
Right.
Big, good one, God.
Yeah. We're all real excited about that pun from thousands of years ago.
Right. Micah's words are often echoed or parallel by other prophets.
Okay.
For example, his vision of peace in chapter 4, which we just covered.
Yeah.
It mirrors Isaiah, and his rebuke of corruption is kind of similar to Amos and Hosea.
Got it.
So,
just to be clear, Isaiah and Micah prophesied. Well, Isaiah started before Micah, but they were during the same kings. So they were kind of active at the same time.
Okay. So, yeah, they probably had the same source of material.
Right.
That totally tracks.
Yeah.
Micah lived during the time of Assyrian dominance, witnessing events like the fall of Samaria in 722 BCE, and his warnings to Judah may have actually influenced King Hezekiah's reforms, as mentioned in 2 Kings chapter 18.
Right.
Okay. Micah chapters 1 through 4 paints a vivid picture of divine judgment tempered by hope, rich with poetic beauty, historical resonance, and theological depth. I don't know about all that.
Theological depth, huh?
I don't know about all that.
Is that because of the puns or?
I don't know where, whatever.
Yeah.
It sets the stage for understanding both the immediate consequences of sin and the ultimate restoration of God's people. I had one more thing I wanted to say that I need to find. Okay, so do you remember the people sitting under their own vine and their own fig tree?
Yep.
That was echoed more than once in the Bible as meaning prosperity and peace.
Right.
Which I read a couple places where it comes up, but I just wanted to reiterate that that's a big thing as well.
Sure.
Where it says in chapter 4, verse 5, all the nations may walk in the name of their gods, but we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever.
Right.
Like, that had to have been added later by like either pre-Jesus or super Jesus-y people.
Sure.
Because it's so like, here he comes.
Right.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
After the captivity, the Jewish people walked in the name of Jehovah alone and acknowledged no other object of religious worship to the present day. They all came together, those Jewish people.
Yeah.
And they were like, Jehovah forever, no other gods. We don't do any of that Asherah pole worship stuff.
Sure. I mean, at some point it happened, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So they're like, nope. After the captivity, they got rid of all their idol worship.
I imagine that there was probably a revitalization of their religion at that point, and that's why there was a lot of these texts and things like that. Like they definitely made a big push to make God at that point, right?
Yeah.
So
they were like, we have got to get these people together.
Right.
Yeah. So Micah sees the people in captivity as a flock of sheep that have been attacked, injured, and scattered. And the remains of this flock will be gathered together again, healed, and brought back to their own land to become a strong nation once more. And that again alludes to Jesus being a shepherd of all of his lost sheep.
Got it.
You know, or Little Bo Peep, whichever you prefer, because she also has lost sheep.
She does. From what I hear. Yeah.
So, let's see. Another illustration of the triumph of God's people is given in the form of a vision, and that's at the end of chapter 4, where the prophet sees the overthrow of a great army that besieges Jerusalem. The army is composed of soldiers of many nations who await their chance to break down the walls and plunder the city. They scoff at the people and dishonor the king, not realizing that God has brought them together so that he might destroy them all the more easily, all in one place at one time.
I see.
They will be punished by God's almighty power, crushed as the grain on the threshing floor is crushed under the hooves of the oxen. And that's where we got that, like, remember they were talking about, like, the metal hooves and the metal. Yeah, that's what that's supposed to be an allusion to.
Got it. Well, and that reminded me of that statue that was in that one. Yeah. I don't remember which book it was, but
I did not see anything tying it to that. Doesn't mean that it's not.
Sure.
Like, remember you picked up on the whole, that's totally, he's doing a magic spell during that one way back when,
right.
And we couldn't find anything to back that up.
I would imagine there's probably some symbolic meaning to these different metals and these, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be directly tied,
right?
But maybe there was some symbolism built into those types of metals and things like that for the time. I don't know, but that's what it felt. It felt similar, so that's all I was saying. And I don't know the answer to that, but that's just how I felt about it. So, so is that all we got for the Q&A?
That's Q&A, Micah chapters 1 through 4.
Okay.
Call it done.
Yeah, so that was our Q&A for today. I will get the weekly wrap-up out here for tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Monday with...
Micah chapter 4. 5.
Yeah.
Chapter 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oops, I mean 5. 5.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.